Hey guys, Brendan here. So as promised, today I'm going to be sharing with you a minimum loss video for Verkraft 50. So for the extra range, I'm bringing with me a BFG. This is actually only level 9. I've never really gone past that, to be honest with you, because I haven't really needed the extra damage and health. I just wanted the actual range from it. Beyond that, I'll be bringing 2 tunes of Vanks. The schematic will be at the end of the video. This is the same as the schematic I previously used, and also a couple of tunes of heavy gunners. So obviously the heavy gunners are only there to kill the, I guess, the suicide valks. Beyond that, they're not going to be of any more use. So look, this isn't essential. But the first thing I am actually going to do is I am actually going to take out some towers. I will use raptors for this. You don't have to do this. It's just if you have raptors on hand, why not? Because obviously the towers do have a shock troop in there. So this will make it slightly easier for you when you're moving your Vanks forward. So killing the valks, super easy. Just deploy a couple of heavy gunners, and then just watch them drop. So you can use other means to use this. You can use a Titan if you wish. A Titan will take out the valks pretty easy. I just find heavy gunners a lot quicker, a lot easier in that sense, and it gives you the free space as well to just bring raptors with you if that's what you prefer to do. Otherwise, if you prefer to have a Titan on hand, then absolutely, because you could actually mop up the rest of the base just using a Titan if you prefer that method. If you do choose to use the heavy gunners, just make sure that you're actually only deploying small groups at a time. There's no point deploying all of them at once, because if you do, the actual suicide vest will actually just take them all out. So what I do is I just bring a couple of tunes, each with 5 in there, and then each one I've just broken up into groups of 2. So I just deploy 2, 2, then 1. So I'll just take out the rest of the towers. So I have the schematic for these raptors if you're interested at the end of the video. It's just basically corrosion. And then the other raptors have the splitting hellfire missiles. So I normally pair them together. Okay, so we're basically taken out the power, which is going to make it a lot easier. A couple of the towers. And we've also taken out one of the drone silos as well. We could have done a bit more damage if we, I guess if we were a bit smarter where we actually deployed the air, but that's okay. So in terms of deploying your Vanks, you do always want to do this from the south when you're first going in, because one of the first targets you want to take out is the orbital laser. There's no point leaving that last, because that's just going to keep mopping up your troops if you don't get rid of it early. So what I normally do is I deploy one Vank ahead, and then I deploy the second one slightly after. That way one of the Vanks will take all the fire from the shock tank and the shock turret, so the next one can just go right past, as you can see. Okay, so I haven't done quite as much damage as what I'd like there, but that's okay, we're still going okay. We've lost 2 Vanks. So we'll deploy the next 2. We'll deploy them on the other side, because we do obviously still have a blitz on this side. Okay, I didn't actually mean to move it then. I was trying to just target one of the last standers. Okay, so we'll take out this blitz turret. Okay, so that's 4 vanks down. So a bit of damage. Look, you can actually do a bit more than that with 4 vanks. You can normally take out a majority of the right side as well. Sort of stuffed up a couple of times there, moving the vanks forward when I wasn't supposed to. I don't know. Sometimes you do make mistakes. If you don't, then let me know, because everyone does, if you ask me. So what I'm going to do is just move the BFG down to the south side, because that's where most of the damage already is. I don't want to send it straight in from the top, because then it will take too much damage early on. So I mean, we are tackling purple turrets here. So you will get some damage from the plasma. If you do this right, it's not going to be a huge amount. You know, that's why it might be beneficial to, I guess, have a higher level BFG than I do. But as long as you're not sending it straight in, directly in, then you should be fine. So this next turret here is pretty unavoidable. I'm going to take some damage. Even though I'm taking some damage, I'm still being quite careful about it. So I haven't actually, you know, gone in the side where you've got a couple of plasmas still there. I've actually gone in from the weakest point. Now there is one thing you do want to stay away from here, and that's definitely the rocket silo. Look, normally the vanks will be fine to take that out before you actually get this far. Unfortunately, I just missed out, so I am going to need to just be careful how I maneuver around that, because if those rockets start to pound the BFG, it's kind of all over. This is sort of the closest you want to get to it. Okay, so once these 2 turrets are down, I'm going to move the BFG out of the way. It's just too close to the rocket silo to get any closer. So I'll come around the other side. And I'm a bit too close. Pull back. Okay, so I've got a couple options here. I could end attack and bring the BFG around the other side, or I could just take out the rocket silo and move in. I'll choose the later. So what I'll do is I'll deploy a couple of vanks. I'll move some over to the side here in case I need to send them in, but I'm going to be deploying from the south. All I really need to do is take out that rocket silo. Okay, so now that the rocket silo is out, I can safely move the BFG forward. So unfortunately I've taken a bit more damage than what I would like. So if I did bring a Titan with me, I could actually quite easily mop up the rest of these turrets just using that. But I did choose to just bring the Raptors with me. Now I ain't going to take any more damage to my BFG here because I do actually need I guess that unit, because I do want to hit another 50 after this. So I am just going to leave it as it is. I'll just send in one of my banks. But there isn't much left, so I shouldn't take too much damage here. Yeah, so I've just lost a slight amount of health onto the 5th bank. Well, that's it, guys. So in terms of the schematic I use, it should be popping up on the screen now. So the schematic I use is all about damage. So once the actual bank takes damage, it outputs even more damage with the rate of fire. In terms of the Raptors, I've got 2 I use. So I use one that actually focuses on the corrosion side, and the other which has the splitting hellfire missiles. I find the one with the corrosion actually does a lot better against towers, but I use the splitting hellfire ones to take out turrets. Well, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.